Welcome back, Eagles. I'm Andy Degnam, and this is ENN. Sure has been a while, hasn't it? But don't worry, we're here, and we're here to stay. First, let's see what Anna has to tell us about One Act. Take it away.
I'm here to talk about the One Act competition happening at Lourdes this past Saturday. This is Mr. Wyatter. He's hosting. Could you tell me a little bit about your theater experience and how long you've been hosting?
Well, first of all, I've been hosting the One Act for maybe the last 3 to 4, I think it's 4 years. And I've been involved in theater ever since I was a young whippersnapper. Basically, I was in plays at College of St. Teresa and St. Mary's and Rochester Civic Theater. And then I began directing plays when I was at St. Pius Grade School, and then eventually moved over to Lourdes High School and directed a few plays and worked on a few plays on the tech area. So about 48 years in the school business, and maybe about 8 years for college and other areas.
Cool. So could you tell us a little bit about some of the rules that a One Act has?
The One Act is run like a machine. When each performance has 10 minutes to set up, and the performance can last no longer than 35 minutes. If you go over that time limit, you are disqualified, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, so what happens when you win a One Act competition, besides the lights going off?
You go on to the next level and compete. It's almost like an athletic event until you eventually wind up in state competition. So the goal is to get to state and to at least participate, and then hopefully to be number one in the state.
Yeah. Thank you for talking with me.
Okay, we better pay our electric bill. That's all I can say. So, okay, so long, kids.
Thanks, Anna. Now let's go to Luke for ENN Sports.
Thanks, Andy. I'm Luke Alexander here with ENN Sports with this week's Player of the Week, Jordan Berg from the girls basketball team. The girls are coming off a commanding 56-52 point win over Zambroda, where Alyssa Usby put up 54. So Jordan, how's the season going?
It's going pretty good, getting the W's, so yeah.
I've heard that your dad is the coach. Is that weird?
It's sometimes yes, sometimes you bring stuff home, but it's alright.
It's pretty funny. So, they say that girls basketball is untouchable. They also say that about the boys hockey team, so I'm going to challenge Jordan to a 3-point shooting contest. Okay, let's go.
Wow, that was some kind of game. Now, let's go to Nick for a special episode of ENN Culture.
Hey Eagles, Nicholas Andrak here. So after hearing a lot about the good pizza from Pasquale's, we decided to come to Italy to look at some authentic pizza. Oh, I think I see a good pizza place over there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you think we can get some pizza here? Sam and I are here at Pizza Kebab. I got the pizza to try out, and Sam got a plate of kebab. Yes. Here we are at Antico Forno Roscioli in Rome, Italy. Let's see how the pizza is. So, we got some pizza from Central Roma. Now we're here eating it at the Friary. So, Tom, what do you think about the pizza?
I think it's all right. I like it. It got a good taste to it. Thin crust. Way to go.
You heard it here first.
Wow, ENN, we're worldwide, all across the globe. Great to see you out there, Nick. Now, this is a very special Teacher of the Week that we've got here. Why don't you take it away, Brady?
Thanks, Andy. I'm Brady Curling here with Eagle Nation News. You know, it's great to see you all again after such a long away time. I'm here with our Teacher of the Week, Mr. Jewison. So, Mr. Jewison, how long have you been at Lourdes?
Well, I just counted them up the other day, and 50 years ago I started at Lourdes as a teacher full-time, and I retired about 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
But I've been hanging around to make
Yeah.
sure you guys make it through.
Of course, yeah, we've noticed. So, I've heard you've been a coach. So how many sports have you coached, and what sports were they?
Well, I started coaching football back in 1969, and I was an assistant coach for about 35 years with 3 different head coaches, Coach Mayer and Coach Nagan and Coach Peters. So I worked under them, and we had some great teams. I was a head basketball coach for the boys for about 10 years in the 70s, and then I coached boys track and was head coach in boys track, and then along the way I've been assistants in track for girls and boys and cross country, and that's about it.
It sounds like you've done a lot.
It's been fun.
Now you are in the Football Hall of Fame, correct, at Lourdes? Or like the Sports Hall of Fame?
As a coach at
As a coach.
the Lourdes Hall of Fame as one of the coaches, and it's a great honor to
Awesome.
be among those people. Yes.
For sure. All right, so how has Lourdes affected you in your time here?
Oh, I started out mainly to teach in a Catholic school. That was my main focus as far as what I wanted to do, and I had many opportunities to move on to other systems and different schools, but I chose to stay at Lourdes because of the people we had working here, our principals and our faculty. They were great people, and I've always loved the students at Lourdes.
Sure, thank you. Yeah. Oh, so what have you taught at Lourdes?
I started out as a full-time English teacher, and then I was teaching Latin for many, many years, and humanities, and then about 25 years in the counseling office as a director of guidance, yes.
Just a jack of all trades, huh?
I sure am.
That's right. So, since you are a living legend, how did you achieve this legendary status at Lourdes?
Well, I think time kind of does that, but as I said, I've always loved Lourdes, and I've always loved the students and the people we work with, and we just keep getting better every year.
Sure. So it's pretty legendary that you ride your bike to school every day. I don't know if you guys know that, but he's rode his bike to school every day since he's been here.
I might have missed a couple of days.
Okay, maybe a couple, but he's sticking to it. So, can you describe your worst bike accident?
Well, there were times where you hit some ice patches and the bike just goes out from underneath you. And I always tried to avoid riding on the streets in that situation, but once in a while you'd get some close calls slipping underneath the cars that were coming by. But I never got run over.
Thank God. All right, so we all know that you are some teachers and students' heroes here. So who is your favorite superhero?
Oh, my superhero? Jeepers. As corny as it sounds, it could be the coaches that I had in high school that inspired me to go on into education in the Catholic system.
Okay, yeah, oh, I like that. Respect.
Yes, it is. I certainly respect a lot of them.
Good stuff, all right. Well, you heard it here, folks. I'm Brady Curling. We'll see you next week.
Well, that's all for this week's episode of ENN. I'm Andy Degnam, and we'll see you next week, Eagles.